Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking with Mauro. He's the CAO of Scientific Coin. Find out a little bit more about Scientific Coin from someone on the team a little bit higher up and get a better understanding of it. For transparency, I am a member of the team, very low level, as most everyone on the team is a super genius. So Mauro, if you could tell us a little bit about Scientific Coin, kind of give us an elevator pitch on what it is and what you want to accomplish.
Yes, absolutely. First of all, I want to thank everybody to be here to listen to us. I'm Mauro. Okay, I'm from Italy. I'm part of the Scientific Coin team. It's a large team of more than 42 people. Okay, most of them working full time on this project. What we want to achieve with Scientific Coin is to make science a mainstream investment opportunity. Today it's very risky to invest in science because it requires lots of knowledge, okay? And we want to help investors, okay? How do we want to do this? Well, we want to lower their risk by the help of a true community of true experts. And that's what we are working on. So at the end, when we roll out all our projects, we are sure we'll be able to help investors to invest in science and scientists to receive money, and so to bring lots of new innovations to market.
Okay. Well, thank you. It's a very good explanation. How did you first get into blockchain and crypto? What kind of experience do you have personally?
Well, I'm 40. Okay, so I started to work well before the crypto. Okay, but I joined this industry around one year and a half ago. Okay, I started doing very basic tasks regarding bounty campaigns. Okay, so I tried to learn as much as possible. Okay, by doing some easy promotion. Then I had the luck to meet Maxime, the CEO of Scientific Coin. At the time, he was running a different ICO. It was Health Monitor, and I helped him in several aspects. Okay, starting from marketing, so public relations activities. Things went very well. Okay, and then we merged into Scientific Coin too. So we are now collaborating also in this project.
Okay. Can you go over a little bit about or elaborate more on Scientific Coin platform and what kind of unique features it brings to the space and to the users of the platform?
Yeah, Scientific Coin is building a full ecosystem towards science. Okay, so we have three different platforms. One platform is the crowdfunding platform, which is already available. You can try it at scientificcoin.io. Okay, you can create your username, your login, okay, and try out the platform. Then we also have MonsterBrain, which is a platform, which is an online university actually, okay, which will allow scientists to provide training. And finally, we also have a freelancer platform, hire a scientist, which targets specifically the science world. Okay, so we already fill it with lots of people, lots of scientists, which are ready to provide their work. So you can scroll the platform, search if you need specific skills, hire that. So it's a very big, complex project. That's why we are so many people working on it, and we are rolling out new features every day.
How many users do you have right now?
Well, so far we have more than 150 people in scientificcoin.io. Okay, it's a larger community at the moment, but we need a larger one. Okay, because of course we want to find the real experts that will help us in screening the project.
I thought there was more users on the platform than that, though. How many users on the platform?
Currently 150,000.
150,000. Okay, yeah. So I thought it was like 1 to 1 year 150. Okay.
150,000. But as I say, we need more. Okay, they are actually students They are scientists. There are also other people that maybe want to create their own piece, okay, into the platform. Because the platforms, the free platform, are powered by our token, which is SN Coin Utility, which is used primarily to motivate all the participants, okay, and it also used to have access to the platform.
I really like the hire a scientist part of it. My niece is a scientist. She recently graduated. She's a biologist, and she really focused on animal science, and she wanted to work at a zoo. And since she's graduated, she's worked in a convenience store. She's had like other jobs, but she's never been able to get the job that she wants because it's kind of tough. I mean, a lot of people think if you're, you get your degree and you're a scientist, you just walk out and everybody wants to hire you. It's not super easy, and I think the hire scientist is a really good idea. I talked to her about it, and as far as there's so many applications for that, for other students, for tutoring, for projects, for other things. I think it's going to be a really I think it's going to be a really good a really good part of the platform. Can you go over the exactly how Scientific Coin, the platform, is going to help scientists realize their dream or do what they're wanting to set out to do?
Yes. Currently, scientists have a very good idea, okay, but they tend to struggle with funding. They tend to rely only on public fundings, okay, but to get them is very complicated because you have to apply to your state, and many times politicians decide who to fund based on their agenda or maybe on their bias, okay. So it's not your project that counts, but maybe it's in your network or you can lobby with someone else. On the other side, private investors sometimes are in trouble in investing in science because it's a long-term investment, and many of them lack the knowledge and the skills, okay, to enter this world. So we want to lower this barrier. Okay, and how are we going to do? First, we want to nurture a community of experts, okay, that will rate any project. So that will give more confidence to investors, and we will edge the expert votation with an algorithm that we are developing internally, okay, which will evaluate the project based on 70 parameters, okay, and so it will give a more objective rating of the project too. So any investors will be able to list the project based on several parameters, okay, and decide which one is better for his investment thesis. So by doing this, we will favorite the investment in science, and so we are going to help also the scientists to see their project to move on, okay, to reach the market.
So it's the algorithm is part of the grading, and then also the board that's going to be made up of experts in that field that'll evaluate the project.
Yeah, the algorithm is a very important piece of our project because it's mainly doing three things. First is checking any projects based on around 70 parameters. Okay, each scientist to list their project has to fill a survey with around 70 questions. Second thing that the algorithm is doing is to check the experts' behavior. Okay, so we want to avoid spamming, trolling, and, for example, overvotation projects. And third one, the algorithm is also calculating the total supply of our tokens. Okay, so we are going to decide. It's going to decide every year, okay, how many tokens will be on the market.
It sounds like there's several components of AI in it. Are you all focused on AI at all?
Yes, we have several people working on it. Okay, to judge the projects, we are using a factorial algorithm. Okay, So we are just collecting data, past data, okay, using them to evaluate the project. But there are also some AI elements inside it.
Okay. And
As you know, it's developed by Russia, and Russia are quite strong with artificial intelligence, all those aspects. Okay, we are collaborating strictly with the Novosibirsk research centers. Okay, Novosibirsk is one of the largest research center in Russia. Okay, we have a very strong tie with them. Okay, and they are helping us in several aspects.
about that, now you're based in several places, not just Russia, Silicon Valley, and then Russia and Siberia. That was the largest scientific institute in Russia. There was from the in the Cold War, it was like the huge scientific institute. Was it the translation was Science Town, and then also the facilities in, is it the Czech Republic?
Yeah. We have a quite complex structure, okay, because the project was born in Russia, okay, but now we moved worldwide. So our parent company is based in Silicon Valley, okay. We are already working with local lawyers to be SIC compliant, okay. While our research center is based in Russia, because for us it's much better to work there on this side. And we also have a company in Switzerland, okay, which will manage all the tokens issues.
And the Swiss one is more the financial aspect.
Yes, absolutely. While in the Czech Republic, we have the Health Monitor address, actually. Okay, Health Monitor is another project of ours, okay, and it's based there. Okay, our plant is there.
Yeah, the plant is more of the fabrication element of it is in Czech. So that what exactly is the health monitor, and what innovations does it bring?
Yeah, to test scientific coin, okay, before investing in it, we tried to see if the cryptocurrency market was ready to invest in science. Okay, so we picked one of the most promising projects in Siberia, which was Health Monitor. Okay, we tried to fund it, and actually we did. Okay, we raised around $500,000. Okay, which was enough for the go-to-market. Well, Health Monitor is an amazing technology. It's a device for a non-invasive diagnostics of several diseases, like, for example, lung cancer, diabetes, and stomach ulcer. Okay, and many more, because we are keeping adding new diseases to this machine. Basically, it's like a kiosk, okay, where you can go and with a few dollars and around 2 minutes, you can test your health. So we have now installed the free kiosk in Russia. Okay, they are doing very well in local malls, and we are now moving in Europe for many more installations.
I did not know that you were doing that. The commercial aspects of that are pretty huge. I thought it was more of a personal thing, or going to be designated to institutions like hospitals and things like that, because it's not very expensive compared to anything like it or anything close to it, right?
You're right. Similar machines built currently, which are currently being built, tend to cost around 10 times Health Monitor. Okay, but our scientists work a lot to improve this technology. Okay, which is very reliable. Okay, we tested it in, for example, in Novosibirsk, in the local diabetes center, okay, university center. Okay, we tested lots of people, and the accuracy is very, very good.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, and people should definitely look into it. It's a health monitor. I think it's like the machines are selling for, like, was it 5,000, and a comparable
Yes,
one's like
absolutely.
50. Yeah, it's the big difference. Moving on to the hire a scientist platform, can you go over that a little bit?
Yeah, Hire Scientist is one of the pillars of the Scientific Coin project, as I said before. Currently, there are lots of freelancers platform. Okay, but just a few target specifically the science world. Okay, so we wanted to add our platform. We are sure that we can do a very pretty good job because we are already working with scientists. Okay, having them into the platform is not easy. Okay, because scientists love to work on their projects. Okay, but not to stay too much on social media or on things like platform. Okay, but we are going to pick them one by one. We started from Novosibirsk, of course, but we are working also in other directions. Our only competitor at the moment, okay, is based in the UK, but it mostly targets the Anglo-Saxon world. Okay, so we have lots of room for growth.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like more developing countries in like Africa or Central America, South America, they could hire a scientist for projects or things that they need for development, which would be way
Yeah,
cheaper.
statistics show that in the coming years, the request for a freelancer in the science industry, okay, will be much, much higher than today. Okay, so we think it's a very promising direction for us.
Could you tell us about the other platform, the MonsterBrain University? Um, what it does, why you created a multi-channel online learning platform, and what about MonsterBrain? It's kind of a cool name.
Yeah, MonsterBrain is the third pillar of our project. Of course, in science, knowledge is king. Okay, so it's important for people to learn. Okay, to improve their skills, and we want to offer to the scientists in our platform a way to show their skills. Okay, by training other people, so they can create their own courses. Okay, and have their classes. Okay, and teach them. Maybe okay. Sometimes. They want to find some talents. Okay, so it's also a good way not only for students that want to learn, but also for professors that maybe want to find someone that could help them in their research.
Okay, so it could be used kind of like a Udemy or something like that for people to put their classes on there.
Yeah. The different things is that we only target science. Okay, so it's not a multi-subjects platform where you can find whatever
Right.
things, marketing to uh, admin tasks. Okay, here only science will be accepted as a subject.
Okay. Is there any plans for like a future collaboration or expansion with other projects like say Space Chain? Um, something where you would work them onto the platform to further a goal or expand the influence in that industry like space or aerospace, something like that.
Yes, absolutely. We are working a lot on partnership and collaboration. Okay, we are very open to this because this is going to be very helpful for us to make our community larger. Of course, for any crypto projects, okay, the first thing is your community. Okay, and the more, the better. So, for example, we took part to several fairs recently and we had a chance to talk with several other projects. Okay, and we are discussing now the way to collaborate. I cannot disclose okay, the name of those platforms. Okay, but I can tell you that we are working on this aspect too.
Okay. I, like I said, I am part of the team, very low level. But I was a for old friend of mine, Opa from Africa. He,
Yeah.
he messaged me that I should check out Scientific Coin. Um, he's in charge of the ambassadors. He wanted to bring me on, and I said, yeah, okay, sure, definitely. And I looked at it, I thought it was pretty cool. Um, I did a review on it, which I'll leave a link to the review of the platform in the description. But the more I thought about it, and the more I looked into it, the more I really realized the scope of what it is. And I think people don't realize, because especially in cryptocurrency and even in blockchain overall, we're very focused on the disruption, and everyone knows the financial evils that really centralization, central banking, all that has brought to the world as far as wars and control and other things, corruption in government, all that. And you touched on that when you looked at, or when you said about the funding and how people have to go to those centralized entities to get some kind of funding. Um, and I had thought over the years, that, when it came to science, it was one of the original elite communities of the world. You know what I mean? It was a cross-border community, um, and the pursuit of science was the pursuit of knowledge and the pursuit to better mankind. And people got rich on it. There's no doubt in that. But it was a byproduct of the innovation and the invention. And I think with more of these corporations, governments, the pursuit of profit is the first goal. Then it comes to innovation and helping humanity. Uh, it's cheaper to treat cancer than it is to cure it. Everyone knows that. Um, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, so but if you go look for it, it looks like cancer's come closer to being cured a couple times, and then mysteriously those doctors die and their labs burn down and it's all lost. Um, but that aside, just like I said, the basic focus of innovation and science in general, it seems to be um, more finance based, more profit focused first. Whereas now scientists can get funding in other places and they're not beholden to any of those entities, and all that innovation can just kind of freely grow, which I think it's going to be a massive, huge uh, change in humanity in general. Um, on that, is there a possibility to expand the scope of Scientific Coin to where there'll be maybe sub platforms, like a platform that's for medical, one that's for like aerospace, something like that?
Uh, well, currently this is not an option. I mean, um, we know that science is a very large subject.
Hmm.
Okay, so there are many sub subjects. Okay, and we are currently embracing them all. Okay, because we think that we are developing tools that are very specific to this industry. So maybe in our platforms we can categorize okay the projects by subject. Okay, but it will always be within the science industry. Okay, that's because our projects are very specific to this industry. Okay, so it won't be easy. Maybe it's just a risk for us, too risky for us. Okay, to change, to split our focus into too many things. Okay, we risk that we can't achieve anything because we are trying to do anything.
Now, on the projects that have shown interest in the platform, are they more concentrated in like specific geographical locations, or are they more evenly spread out around the world?
Well, at the moment, if you join our platform, you will only find, I think, Russian projects. Okay, but it's just a matter because it's a beta version. Okay, and for us, it was much easier to bring projects from where our research center is, of course. But we are working on collaboration, okay, with other universities, of course, all around the world. We had talks with USA universities and also with the Europeans one. Because, of course, all the research centers, okay, maybe you can exclude Harvard and the likes, okay, but for all the others, it's always a struggle, okay, to find the funding. And our platform could really solve their problems, okay, for very quality projects, of course, okay. We are not here to fund anything which is around the world, okay, but best projects can really have their piece of fun.
Okay. Are there currently any projects that are being funded on the platform, and any way to track the success of those?
Well, as I said, we are still in beta version, okay, but actually we can say that Health Monitor, okay, was one of the projects that we took and funded.
And that is a big success.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's pretty much everything I had. Is there anything else you want to add or you wanted to go over?
Well, no, we can go over.
I mean, is there anything else you wanted to go over, you wanted to say?
Well, just something about the financial of the project. Okay. Currently, as I said, we are structuring in a way that everything is compliant with the several jurisdictions. Okay, so we are compliant for the USA jurisdiction, for the Switzerland jurisdiction, and for other EU jurisdiction. And our founders have already put more than $700,000 into the project. Okay, so we are not a startup that wrote his white paper is now searching for a few bucks, and we are looking around 2.2 million currently. Okay, for the 25% of our company. Okay, so we are not talking about tokens only, but also about equity in our parent company. Another aspect is that in last August in Las Vegas, we won the Cointelegraph Oscar Award as the best startup. Okay, so our project have a very good traction. We have many users inside the platform, and we also get recognition, okay, but the mainstream media, okay, in the crypto industry. So we think we are a promising project.
Definitely. Yeah, I read about the award in Vegas, the Oscar for the best startup. It's a big deal. You're not, which I also, like I said, I went over the Scientific Coin, did a review. I'll leave a link in the description, also a link to the website. Go there. There's a test on MonsterBrain University. It's pretty fun to take. Parts of it are a little tough, but parts of it are easy. Also, you're not ICO, so you're not trying to get a cash grab or anything like that. It's fully self-funded, which I thought was very cool. If there's nothing else.
No, for me it's all.
All right. Well, I want to thank you, Mauro, for coming by and going over everything. Thanks everybody for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe. It's your first time in the channel. Take care. I'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Kick it!